What's the strangest, scariest thing you've seen in the middle of the night?
I was about 5 and had just moved. I was in my bed, looking up waiting to fall asleep when two eyes peered from the fucking air vent right at me. I was told it was just my imagination. 10 years later, when we replaced the air conditioning unit, one of the guys found a snakeskin shedding in the old air shaft. Damn, you had your own chamber of secrets. You found the imposter. Quick, hit the button. A bear's nose pressed against my tent. I politely asked him to go away, and he did. I slept the rest of the night in my car. Please go away. Understandable, have a nice day. Remember kids, just ask a bear to leave you alone if you don't want them. They are very polite creatures and will probably leave you alone. I politely asked him to go away, and he did. If I was a bear and some human calmly asked me to leave, I would too. Whoever does that is far too powerful for me. I live in a ground-level studio. My bed is near the window. I reached to turn off the bedside lamp and saw someone in a white hoodie through the gap in the blinds. I went what the hell and moved closer to get a better look and hopefully scare the creeper off. The person in the hoodie aggressively moved closer and put his face directly into the blind gap. I jumped back and he ran away. Installed a security camera the next day. This shit is unironically far scarier than paranormal stuff. This would freak me the hell out. Hate stuff like this. When I was around 13, I woke up to what sounded like someone knocking on a glass window. I look at the clock and it's around 4 a.m. I get out my bed and walk out into the hallway where I could now tell the knocking was coming from the front door, which had two large glass windows on both sides of it. My dad wasn't home and my mom was asleep, so I decided to check it out. I turned the light on, slowly crept down the stairs just enough to see the front door. The first thing I saw was a bloody mess on the entire window, and on the floor was a man all bloodied up and slowly knocking on the window. I immediately ran upstairs and woke up my mom, who called the police. It ended up being a drunk driver who flipped his car near my house. Holy shit, finding a bloody man knocking on your door would be fecking terrifying. Damn, do you remember if he was okay? Poor guy wanted help but probably looked like he just finished murdering someone. Yeah, he ended up in jail. He tried to run when the police came, and after they caught him, he claimed he had no idea whose car that was flipped in the ditch and wasn't driving. There was a cigarette butt floating in my toilet bowl. I don't smoke, and I lived alone. When I was 18, I got my first apartment and I had to be at work by 7 a.m. and always took a thermos of black coffee with me. I come home from work one day and find coffee creamer in my fridge. I live alone and I know I didn't buy it. Then I find the toilet seat up in my bathroom. After several times coming home to find the toilet seat up and pleading with the landlord to change my locks, turns out the maintenance man was a drug addict and had been fired, and he had been enjoying my coffee maker while I was at work. Very weird. Did it come up the pipe with the water when you last flushed? Did your place actually smell like cigarette smoke? I've heard of stuff coming up from the pipes. Toilet gators are legit, or things coming in from the bathroom ceiling vent/fan like debris or even small animals. About 3 a.m. on a deserted highway, I drove by what looked like a body wrapped in a white sheet, discarded on the median. I took the next exit, drove back and took that exit, and came back. Passed it and parked a little ways up. It still looked like a body wrapped in a sheet. Got out to go look closer when I heard loud rustling in the scrub/trees of the median, so jumped in my truck and drove off. Pre-cell phone, so I didn't call police. I looked in the papers but never saw anything. When I posted this before, I got chastised about being reckless. I know. Carjackers probably. Using it to get you to stop so they can ambush. I've never had an explanation for this, but when I was about 10 I woke up in the middle of the night to what I thought was my dad watching something about trains which was turned up loud. There were lights and shadows, and again just the sound of like a train coming and going. It wasn't sleep paralysis, I've had that and I could move. Bright white light, and just a noise. I hid under the covers scared. I asked the next day and nobody was up or heard what I did. Sounds like you missed your chance to ride the Polar Express. Ambient noise can be heard as a lot of sounds. A ceiling fan or floor fan can sound like the clickety-clack of a train passing. Or a wind chime can sound like not a wind chime. Other sources of sound include a toilet tank refilling after a midnight use, curtains in a breeze, a dog spinning in circles before settling down, or someone snoring. But I've also heard a sudden loud bang like thunder or a train horn is often the indicator and initiation of people going to and from lucid sleep/sleep paralysis.